The new Helix Stadium XL is almost here, and just like you, we're counting down the days. In today's video, I'll show you what this thing might actually change in your life as a player. More automation, more routing freedom, stem splitter, sidechain compression, and yeah, finally, a touchscreen that doesn't feel like it belongs in your dad's 2004 GPS, yelling,
"Turn left."
3 seconds too late. If you've ever dreamt of running an entire live set from your pedalboard, this might be a game changer. Here is our list of top features coming to the modeling world with the introduction of Helix Stadium, and our ideas on how you could use them in practice. Let's get into it. Imagine this. You're mid-set, one leg in the air, balancing like a ninja on your right foot, while your left hovers over the switch to change presets. And just as you go for it, you wobble, lose balance for a split second and accidentally switch to the next bank. Now you're panic tapping through presets like you're playing Dance Dance Revolution, while your solo is already halfway done and your bandmates are looking at you all confused. Yeah, been there. But what if I told you the new Helix Stadium can make sure you'll never have to press a button again? That's exactly why the new showcase system is just for you. You can program timeline-based automation, switch snapshots, change presets, control external MIDI gear, adjust effect levels, all tied to the structure of your song. A bit of a DAW-like experience. Okay, but you might ask, Rafał, what can I use this for? Well, for example, for this. Backing tracks. Stadium can follow the timeline and change your snapshots exactly when the chorus hits. Volume swells, fade-ins, filter sweeps, just draw them into the timeline. Meter or tempo changes? Tracked automatically. Your delays stay locked in. MIDI lighting? It will now stay perfectly in sync with your show, triggering exact cues right on time. And it doesn't stop there. You can control your computer, MIDI, or send commands to the other gear. The possibilities are endless. You can even drop in timeline flags that trigger snapshot changes right at the exact musical moment, without worrying about absolute time. So if the song's tempo changes midway, your automation still stays perfectly in sync. How often are you jamming guitar along your favorite track only to realize the original guitars are still in there fighting you for space? Helix Stadium can split a full mix into stems: vocals, guitars, drums, bass and more. That means that technically you could remove the guitars, load your own presets and jam along with your favorite track, or practice song parts in isolation, or build patches in the actual context of your own song. If you're a solo performer, you can run a full live set with no laptop, load a backing track, full mix or stems, and Stadium will handle everything. Snapshot changes, tempo sync, mutes. It's like having a roadie and bandmates built into your pedalboard. Except they show up on time, follow the setlist, and don't mysteriously disappear after the soundcheck. For the first time, you can just focus on actually playing your instrument. Sure, you could set all of this up with a laptop, an interface and a DAW, but there it just feels simpler. Everything is in one place, ready to go. When I saw this, I thought, oh boy, oh boy. Each of 4 available stereo paths now support up to 12 blocks with completely free routing. So line 6. Guitarist friendly, too many knobs, not enough solos. Man, I'm just kidding. Give me more options. Now you can split, merge and reroute your signal anywhere you want. Just look at this craziness. And also, line 6 suggests significantly increased DSP headroom, so we're guessing you'll be able to use more effects per preset without having to make tough trade-offs. Want 3 reverbs after the dual amp and dual cab, then a parallel delay and pitch shifter and 12-string simulator, then compress the whole thing in stages at the end? Oh god, that's so good! Just imagine the possibilities! And once your paths are all set up, the new Matrix mixer gives you full control over how they're combined. This kind of flexibility used to require a DAW or a rack of gear. Now it's all on the touchscreen. Routing has always been one of Helix's strongest features. But with Stadium XL, that flexibility goes to a whole new level. It removes the limitations that used to shape how you build tones. This is such a cool feature, I love it! Does it feel like your band rehearsals turn into a battle for frequency dominance? The vocals are buried, the drums lose definition, and by the first chorus everyone's reaching to turn themselves up. Before you end up in a full volume arms race, there's a possible solution. Sidechain compression. It's a way to make space in the mix automatically. So guitars step back when the vocals come in, or bass ducks just enough when the kick hits. No more passive-aggressive glances at each other. You'll be able to set Stadium XL to duck your guitar, or just parts of it, whenever something else hits. Any input on the unit can act as a sidechain trigger, including USB. Let me show you how that works in practice. I've set up a quick demo session in my DAW using FabFilter's Pro Q4 to showcase some simple examples of what can be achieved with this sidechain compression. I've got a dense mix with layered guitars. To help the snare cut through, I sidechained it to guitars with a slight duck around 3 kHz. It's subtle, but suddenly the snare sounds alive, and the guitars still feel full. Are you a bass player? Let's sidechain bass with a kick track. Fast attack, fast release. Your kick's transient pops through clearly, and the mix gets that nice low-end clarity. Let's hear the difference in the mix. But remember, it's a little bit of a party trick, and you'll have to be careful not to overdo it, but it could potentially help your guitar or bass get exactly where it belongs in the mix, especially in dense arrangements. With the Nexus system and Expand D10, Helix Stadium becomes a truly modular rig. You're no longer limited to what's on the rear panel. Now you can expand it to fit whatever your setup demands. Need extra guitar I/O, Variax input, or digital formats like AES? Just add them. And if you're using other Line 6 gear like power cab or DD amps, yeah, L6 link is built into Expand D10. But how can you actually use it? Let's say you're running a live session from Stadium. You've got your full mix loaded. Guitars, keys, click track, and backing vocals, all coming from different paths inside the unit. Instead of sending a basic stereo mix, you want full control at front of house. Each instrument as a separate output, routed through a stage box via the Expand D10. That way, the sound engineer can treat every element individually, just like in Pro Studio setup, but built right into your rig. Or maybe you're sharing one Helix Stadium with another guitarist, bassist, and keyboardist. 4 independent inputs, 4 fully separate processing chains, routed to different stereo outputs, all working together in an automated session inside Showcase. Switching your preset live, you can send multiple stereo mixes to in-ears, front of house, and recording devices at the same time. And thanks to the Matrix mixer, each mix can have its own EQ, output shaping, and level control. Helix Stadium doesn't replace your pedal board. It becomes the center of your entire rig. So far we've gone through some of the big features, the ones that can completely change how you set up and run your rig. Things like automation, stem playback, expanded routing, tools that open up options you might not have realized were even possible. But of course, the biggest under-the-hood change is the new amp modeling engine Agoura. Agoura takes a component-level approach to modeling. It simulates how things work electrically: tubes, voltages, capacitance, how the power section interacts with the speaker load, all those sexy invisible things that make amp feel alive. We're not saying it will replace your vintage amp collection, but your vintage amp collection might start feeling insecure. From the demos we've heard, the results are detailed, responsive, and a clear step up from the previous generation of amps. But there's more to Stadium XL than just the headline stuff. A lot has changed in how you'll actually work with the unit day to day. The 8-inch touchscreen with a drag and drop will make editing way faster. Focus view makes tone shaping easier by using labels like bite, growl, or sparkle instead of technical names. And if you're curious what a parameter actually does, there's a short description built right in. Cabs are now fully visual. Move the mic in 3D space, blend two cabs, and swap mics. The new file manager lets you organize presets into folders, tag favorites, add notes, and even preview patches with embedded audio clips. Helix Stadium comes with built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, opening the door to wireless updates, remote editing, and cloud sync options. Did you think that I forgot about Proxy? Proxy amp, cab, and effect cloud-based cloning engine is huge news and deserves its own separate video. Stay tuned and subscribe so you don't miss it. And if you're coming from an older Helix, your existing presets and IRs will still work. You'll be able to simply import them. So yeah, The Helix Stadium XL isn't just a pedal board. It can automate your whole show, build studio-level signal chains on stage, control lights, backing tracks, and still have time for a sip of coffee between the verse and chorus. Just maybe don't put the cap on the touchscreen. Stadium unlocks a whole new level of control, but not everyone needs this kind of depth. For some players, it will be an overkill, and that's fine. Helix Floor and LT are still fantastic tools, now more accessible than ever, and they continue to get updates and support. But for others, those who've imagined a setup where everything just works together, where the technology serves the performance rather than getting in the way, this could be a turning point. So what do you think? Are you already imagining how this could fit into your rig? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear how you'd use some of these features in your own live setup. If this got you excited about what's possible, awesome. When Stadium XL is out, we'll explore this together on this channel, testing ideas, breaking things down, and getting the most out of it. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. See you in the next one.